Okay. What you been up to?
Hey, literally just working. I just got out on tour in February and going back on tour in July. So just working on gigs in between. Staying booked, staying consistent, stay prayed up. So it's been going good.
Very good. So we have DJ Go C Watts here with us today. It is April 28th, 2 o'clock p.m. And I'm excited to have you on here because I see that you've been working so much and so hard. And we go back from like the beginning. So I'm
Yeah.
just so proud of you and I'm just excited to see what the future holds for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, like you said, we go back, girl. You definitely inspired me to work hard. You were doing your thing. You still doing your thing. I feel like when I met you, like I was really kind of confused and kind of really just lost on where to even start DJing. And so you really put out different platforms and booth beats. You definitely had a lot of women out there doing their thing. And I feel like you really helped me find my creative path. So I appreciate you for always including me and for always, motivating me and just inspiring me, the woman in a DJ, that's really dope that, we have somebody who is in the game just like us, who inspires, not on no hating stuff. So it just feels good to know that you have support, from somebody who looks like you.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that too because like I was confused and lost, at some point. Sometimes I still get confused, like with being a DJ, like what's next? Where do I go next? Where do I take this next? Like I don't know what to do, or damn, I see this girl, she's over here doing this and doing that, but I'm still right here. So it's like you still got that, like that. Not you don't want to be complacent in it. So
Right.
it's like, how do you? I think like for me starting Boobs and Beats too, I wanted to create my own opportunities because it was just like hard to get on these stages. So why not create my own stage? Why not create my own whatever it is?
Right. You did. You definitely did. Like, and that to me is just a blessing. Like, and exactly how we feel. I feel like that's how we feel, and people don't talk about it because they want to share the glitz and the glamour about being a DJ, being on tour, and being on this, but it's never really like the actual realistic feeling of how we have like anxieties and how we can feel like, oh, is this not enough? Or
Yeah.
let's talk about, if something doesn't work right and we're trying to figure it out, like it
Yeah.
can be a lot. It can be
Yes,
overwhelming.
you can. And when I saw that you were DJing for Glossip, I'm like, yes, that's perfect for you because you are from Tennessee and they from Tennessee as well, I believe. Yes, and I'm like, that is perfect because honestly, when you're DJing for an artist, it got to be the right artist. I cannot vibe with you if I'm not vibing with the music or vibing with
Right.
who you are, what your artistry is. It's like it has to be a perfect match. So I feel like you were perfect and you killed it. You've been killing it. Like you've been going so hard. I've been seeing your Instagram, girl. You are shining.
Yes.
In your real estate, like I'm so proud of you. Like every day you doing something, you're working to get better. Consistency is key. So I see you.
Thank you. I'm proud of us. I'm so proud of us. And I definitely love Gossip. Shout out to the whole Memphis team that I was on tour with. Gorilla, Slamaroni, Elise, K Carvin, all of them. It was good vibes, good energy. It was great. It was great. Definitely, my city, Memphis, Tennessee. It just kind of meshed really like perfectly. So it was a good fit. It's a great vibe, and I'm looking forward to the future events that we got together for sure.
So how did you get into like how did they find you? How did you get into that space?
Well, I already been DJing. I've already been at Rolling Loud. I already done that with a couple artists. I've been out there with K Kilo, who's a female artist, based in Houston right now. I did a couple festivals and a couple like Art Basel and all of that with Neela, who's also a female artist in Atlanta, Georgia. So I already had footage of me on stage just going crazy with crazy energy. And I knew Gloss Up manager, Brandon Farmer. I met him through Neela and just passing through like music. The music industry is so small. So everybody knows everybody. Everybody knows everybody. So I already knew him and he just asked me, he was like, hey, like, can you send me some videos of you? And I already had videos and content from me on stage and a little bit of content of, me working with the artists. And he was like, okay, are you ready for tour? And I'm like, oh, okay. Like it kind of just happened so quickly. And next thing I know, I was on tour. So, and next thing you know, we're doing rehearsals, we're doing this, and then boom, it's time. So it was a great opportunity. It was really quick. Literally, it wasn't like a sit down interview or anything like
Yeah.
that. It was literally just like, send some videos of what you have. So make sure when you're DJing and you're doing your thing, you always record, you always get content, because if you're out of sight, you're out of mind. That's just
Mhm.
period. You have to have some type of content to show the world who
Mhm.
you are and show what your talent is, because every DJ is different. You got house music, you got hip hop, you got trap music, you got R&B, you got country, you got pop, you got neo soul.
Right.
Every DJ has a specific genre. If you could do all genres, then that's you. But you
Right.
find your lane. You
And I
find
want to pick you because I know that you're gonna be good at this genre right here. That's
right.
why.
Right. Your energy is with this type of genre, like
Mhm.
EDM. I literally just went to an EDM concert last night. I was like, yo, like, to be an EDM DJ is so much energy. It's way more energy than doing, you
Mhm.
your hip hop, your trap. Like, it's
Mhm.
constant motion. And I was like, I want to tap into that one day. So it's
Yeah.
inspiring to see everybody do their own lane. So it was a, definitely make sure you get content, because when opportunities come, you gotta have it.
You gotta be ready, right? Prepared. So
Right.
when you did get that opportunity, I know he said you send me your videos. He was like, "Let's go. You ready to go on tour?"
Yeah.
How did you transition from like what you already had going on? How were you able to just stop what you were doing and take that chance?
See, let me tell you about manifestation and the power of faith. I said in November of 2022, I was like, look, when I walk into my new year, like, I'm cleaning my spirit, clearing my mind. I didn't want to I was bartending at the time.
Yeah.
My
I
side,
remember,
yeah,
girl. Yes, you've been grinding. I told you.
I was slinging drinks. I'm doing everything I can. I just had got my real estate license. I'm
Yeah.
doing, literally, I'm a hustler in all aspects. So I said that this was my 2022 was my last year doing something that I didn't want to do anymore. Like, I wanted to invest into myself. So I already had a feeling that I was going to transition out of bartending. So I literally, in November, I just manifest. I was praying. I thank God in advance for it. And when the opportunity came, I was like, this is a sign. This is your flag to go. So I literally gave my job. I was like, hey, I got put in my 2 weeks. I was like, hey, it's been great. I may come back. I may not. We'll see how it goes after tour. And I already knew I wasn't going back, because I knew after tour it was gonna be up. I knew that I was gonna get booked. I knew everything was gonna happen, and it did. It literally, I manifested it. So I was literally doing real estate on the road, like on the phone. We in a time difference. I'm paying people to go show my clients houses and rental spaces.
Wow.
I'm literally like on that sprinter, like early, like typing on my
Mhm.
computer, calling while everybody sleep. Like, it's a hustle. So
How was that feeling? Like, how was that feeling? Did you feel like you were like, was your balance there? Did you feel like you were missing out on certain things, or did you feel like was it exciting grind? Like, how was that feeling? Because I know when we have a lot going on, it's like, oh, I'm not putting too much. I'm not putting enough in this basket. I'm putting too much
yeah,
in this basket.
yeah, it was a lot. It was overwhelming for sure, because you have to have due diligence with your clients. Like, you have to make sure you stay on top of that with them. So I had to figure out balance. I had to literally be like, okay, how am I gonna do this? I have a show at 8 o'clock. I have to be ready by this time. So that means that I have this much time to talk on the phone, make phone calls, do this. So I had to get up. Even though I was tired, even though we just had finished the show, well, we didn't get in the bed till 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. You still had to get up. We had to get up and get on the road anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like, when we're on that road, I had to literally, like, be like, okay, I could spend all this time sleeping, but I need to be working on my other job. I need to be hustling on my real estate. So I literally woke up and did it. It was really hard. It's not easy to find balance. It's not easy. But when you love something, you dedicate it and you want to do it, you're going to make time for it. You're going to do it. So that's exactly what I did. I literally was like, you know what? You gonna complain about it, or you gonna do it?
Yeah.
Like, you want to succeed or you don't. So I literally did what I had to do, and it was exhausting. It could be overwhelming. It could be frustrating because you're like, oh my God, I'm not getting a break. Or I
Oh,
felt
I understand.
yeah, I couldn't have I couldn't touch, I couldn't be there.
Mhm.
So I'm spending money, you know what I'm saying? And real estate is a very, very, it's a money game. You gotta put money in to get money out. So I had to pay these agents because everybody gotta make some money. So
Mhm.
I had to pay agents to go show these houses while I was not there and talk to my clients throughout the walkthroughs, and that's a lot, especially when you on the road, my phone breaking up, like I can't hear, like I'm like, oh my
Yeah,
God.
you're
So
balancing like two entrepreneurial lives in one time. Like real estate is definitely an entrepreneurial life because you're really working for yourself. Like you're selling these houses, but you have to get up and sell them, right? And then
right,
you're DJ, so you need your energy. You need to preserve like your energy for the show, for the big show for the night. So I
right.
can definitely see how that's girl.
Yeah.
And you're getting up
It's
early,
not
and you still
easy.
gotta work out. Like you still gotta maintain who you are as Chelsea. Like you still gotta maintain that person.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was hard. I was and I had a lot of anxiety. I had a lot of stress. This is my first big tour. Like I've
Were
done
you nervous?
this. I wasn't nervous, but I had some anxiety. Like I don't get nervous when it's time to DJ, but I just had anxiety about, you know, this is my first tour. I've done the big shows, I've done that, but I've never been on tour. So it's like, dang, like we gotta be on I-10 by 10 in these different clubs, there's different boards. You gotta learn, you gotta know how to use.
So let's slow down then. Let's slow down. I want to talk about like how the tour life was. Like
Okay.
let's break that all the way down because I know it's a lot of DJs who have an option to go on tour like that. They don't even know what it is, what it's about, how much you get paid. Like, is it worth it? Is it just the glitz and glamour and the excitement that we see on Instagram, or in real life is this like really substantial to my life, like without the DJing, without all of that being outside and cameras and stuff. When I come back home, I'm able to really feed myself and take care of myself and enjoy myself.
Right. Well, definitely, on tour, just make sure that you stay healthy. You make sure you talk about, how much you want to get paid. Always have room for negotiation, especially it depends on where your artist is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm working with an artist who, this is her first time. This is her first deal, her first this. Like, she just started. So you have to work with the artist and artists, like artist development. You know what I'm saying? So you have to really have patience and have time and be mindful that this is their first go round too.
Mhm.
So budgets are not as big as you thought that they were. And if they're not, just negotiate.
Mhm.
Make sure they're gonna make sure you're not on the street homeless. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Hey, you just have to be assertive and say, hey, I need this to
Mhm.
survive off this and this. And usually, they have per diems, they have all of that for you to eat, all of that. So all of it worked out. It worked out, and I was really blessed and able to be on the road doing something I love to do, getting paid for it. Rooms and everything was taken care of. So everything was great. Like I didn't have to come out my pocket for anything. I just had to be there, and do my job. So when that happens, you just have to work through your contract. If you want to get a lawyer, if you want to get whatever, you can. But I've been doing this for a while on my own, so I kind of know the terminology. I know how to do the invoices. I know how to do the contracts.
The
So
business side of everything.
yeah, you got to know. And if you don't know, you need to know, or you need to have somebody to help you, or look on. I mean, YouTube University is fundamental. So look up, terminology and contracts to help you, so you can understand what's going on. So this industry, it can be blindsided. You can walk in completely blind, or you can come in with so much knowledge and so understand. They're like, okay, she know what she doing. She know what's up. So everything worked out so smoothly. So, management was great with that. Everybody was great on top of that. Making sure we got paid, making sure this was working, make sure you had the right account.
Mhm.
Everything was good. So, it was good. I mean, the adrenaline from every city was so crazy. Like you going from I was literally we did 30 cities in 30 days. So it's like
Oh, wow.
yes, you get up, you go, you get up, you go, you get up and go. And I'm blessed that my mind was right, praying. Everybody has stress, everybody
It's
gets
like you're in a room full of people who like you just met, and it's like we about to be on 30 days with each other, so we finna like we
we
gotta be family
family.
right now.
Right, we ain't got no choice but to be a family. Like we
Right,
have
right.
no choice. So it was no bad energy, it was no weird stuff. Like everybody got along, everybody hustled, everybody did their part, everybody was on that. So when you're on the same page, you on the same route, you doing the same thing, everybody on the same path, it works smoothly. So it was very smooth, you know. Everybody has bumps and bruises, like the sound may not work or
Yeah.
hard drive might not be
Okay,
connected.
I'm like, I was about to say, lucky for you, everything was smooth because it's always something. It's always something.
Yes, it is. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I want to definitely highlight, like, things did happen. Like, time ran short, or, we were running late for this. Like, one in Chicago, we were stuck in a snowstorm for like 16 hours, like on the road for like 16 hours. We literally, when we got to Chicago, we literally didn't have time to do nothing. We couldn't even go to the room. We couldn't put on makeup.
Yeah.
Literally, the house is changing in the Sprinter, getting ready to go outside for the show. Like, didn't even have time to change. I didn't even get a chance to set up because we were so late. They were like, look, we just got to play one song. The DJ that was already there was like, look, they just send me the song. Like, I had to send the song. So I didn't even get to perform in that city because it was so much going on. And it's like, dang, like, this is really crazy. Like,
bro, like.
And it's like when you on the I-10 by 10, they don't care about none of that. They like, look, we have to have this show. It has to go this because
the run of the show, we got to follow it.
Right. And venues, they charge if you go over time. They have a time they have to lock down, close it out. And if you go beyond that time,
it's money.
It's more money. And so it's like when you learn all of that and you see that, you like, oh, this is for real. Like, this is crazy. So things happen that you can't control. And you just
I saw one video, you was like under the stage DJing.
Girl, that was so crazy because nobody ever expects a DJ to DJ underneath a stage and you can't even see the crowd. Like, it's literally you're blind. Like, I'm the type of DJ that needs to see movement. I need to see facial expressions.
You need it.
I need hand gestures. I need to see, okay, I'm playing this. Or if they not feeling it, okay, switch the song immediately. Or, just crowd participation, like how to participate with the crowd, how to engage with the crowd. And if you're blind, that was the most hardest thing I think I ever had to do. But it taught me, I adapted to it. Now I can be more confident if situations like that happen because I've been through that, So, that was a real challenge. I definitely didn't expect that to happen. That happened at the end of the tour too. Like, this is the whole tour. I'm on stage. I'm right there. I'm
on the stage.
I think it was just the venue. Like, the venue, they have to have, every tour they have a production team. They have a setup, like SZA, all of them. They have the same team and they have the same setup. So every city, however the stage Glow came out of like above, like levitated out from underneath the stage on top. You know what I'm saying? So they had to set up all of that, and that took room. And then they had the lights, they had the confetti, they had all of the stuff they had on stage. So it wasn't no room for me. It was literally at certain venues, it was just smaller, this you working with an artist in their first tour. So it's not gonna be like big arenas and these venues, they're decent size, it's enough people in there. It's not like a 50 people venue, but it's still, it's not a stadium. It's not Beyonce, know.
Our local spot, because this is our first tour, so it's like we're still like getting all our smaller crowd right now. We're tapping into everybody right now, so we're gonna tap in.
Right. And it was definitely like the venues just weren't as big as others. So we had those big venues. It was perfect. But in certain cities, the venues were a little bit smaller. It just took a lot more room of her stage, And so they were like, look, you got to be on the stage. It's just no room. Like, we have no room. Like, it was no room for me to be.
You look like you was still in the crowd on that video. Like, you was still turned up. So I love your energy is always going to be there regardless if it's one person in the room or a million people in the room. You still got the same energy. So that right there just says a lot about just your DJing, like the way you visually will look. So I think that visual aspect provides, like, it just gives you that visual energy pool.
Yes, and that's important as a DJ. You know, you have to learn how to adapt, and no matter what, you still have to put on a show.
Mm-hmm.
Like whether they can see you or not, like you still have to be the voice. You still got to be the people that get them engaged. You still have to talk. You still have to do what you do. And I'm not gonna have ass nothing. You know, I'm not gonna do something halfway. Oh, you can't see me, so I'm just gonna push play. Like no, like you still have to perform. That's a real artist. That's real passion.
Yeah,
So
it's
if
serious.
you're passionate about it, you gotta do it. You have no choice. So
Yeah.
I definitely still believe in giving my energy no matter what. It can be, I could just be losing my mind. I could have been, you know, I remember not too long ago, my father was in the hospital before my father passed, and I had a show. And I literally my artist did not know, Neela did not know, no one knew. I had to literally switch on and switch off. And that's just a part of the job. That's just a part of it because these people paid to be here. These people paid to see this artist. They paid to see this performance. And, you know, your personal life, that's
They don't care.
They don't care. They don't care about they took their time out their day.
Yeah.
They had a bad week. They've been looking forward to this week all week. They've been looking for this day all week, you know? So it's like, do you let people down because of your stuff that you got going on? You can't. You can't. So you have to hustle. You got to keep that motion. You got to keep that mindset. It's that Kobe mentality, you know, that you have to have. Like you have to be focused, locked in. So that's not something that's easy.
You locked in for real.
It's not easy. It's not easy. Sometimes you just don't feel it. Sometimes you're not there. But at the end of the day, they came here to see you guys. They came here to see a show. They came to be entertained. And you got to leave all this stuff out the outside. So leave it on the outside, you know, still deal with it, but you got to learn how to put on a mask and still perform. So that's the thing about DJing, you know, you gotta still put on a performance.
You just said it all in one. Like there really is no excuse. Come in there and give a show and put on, even if it's nobody turned up, nobody dancing. Okay, well, I'm gonna have a good time myself.
Right. Right. If it's one person or none.
How does that feel though? Like I know, like I've done gigs before, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like I'm playing all the hits, and everybody's still like this. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how? I hate that. I'm like, whatever. Put my headphones in and jam to myself. But how do you feel? Like how is that for you?
It doesn't discourage me at all because I take that as I'm getting paid to practice at this point. You know, like I'm like, okay, well, it could be nobody there and I still want to create a vibe. I love music. So I'm still having a good time. I'm not just sitting there not having a good time playing the music that I'm listening to. So I'm still gonna have a good time. And it definitely could be like, oh my gosh, like I know I'm playing these hits, like and nobody's moving. But you don't get discouraged, you don't get frustrated, you know, you don't diss them, you don't man, y'all lame, or you don't say nothing like you don't diss the fans. You don't do that. I literally just said that in an interview yesterday. You can't diss the people that's there. So you just have to do your job. You just got to keep going. You just have to be locked in. And if you don't believe in yourself, if you're not dancing to your own music, nobody's gonna dance. So you gotta bring out sometimes the energy that you have out into other people, because sometimes people ain't in the mood to do that. They just came there to support somebody or do that, and you just there like, oh my gosh, like this is a lot. There's a tough crowd. But
you find yourself playing a lot more like a lot more of when you do your regular DJ sets now, besides tour, do you find yourself playing a lot more Glossed Up now and Glorilla?
I already was playing them because I'm Memphis. So, you know, I knew the producers that did, you know, FNF, and I knew the people that did, you know, all of that. So when I in Shabuya, I knew that I went to high school with the producers. So always, Memphis is small, you know. Memphis is literally this big, you know. So when you know them and you gently support them. Sorry. Oh no. Oh no. I got a phone call. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. My mom called me, y'all. Sorry. But like I was saying, when you know the artist and you know the people that that work with these artists, you already are supporting them. So you already are playing them. That's what a real friend and a real supporter does. You play the music, you break the records, you know, you break those records that your friends have. Because I knew it was gonna blow. I knew it. From they did set the tone, right when COVID hit, I knew all of them was gonna shine. I knew it. So I literally was putting people on them. So that's how that already happened. And so I was already playing them then. And so of course now it's inevitable because
how do you break a record these days? Like I feel like it's so much music out and it's so much like spread out. Like nobody, because I remember back in the day, people would break records like in Magic City. It was Culture DJs. They'll have the strippers dance to all the songs now, but it's not the same anymore. So it's like, how are DJs breaking records today?
I think that DJs breaking records, you just gotta take a chance. You know, you gotta take a risk. You gotta, even if nobody knows the song, if nobody, you just play it and you support it and you know, you hype the song up, you dance, you know, you get that. And, you know, if you're in any event that you're at, you're gonna show love. You gotta just play the music. So, you know, whether they know it, they do know it, they don't, just play it, just support. And that's how you break a record. That's how you bring it out. And in different events, you just have to constantly play it until it catches on. So when it catches on, you know, you already helped break a record. And that's what Roots Queen, shout out to Roots Queen. Roots Queen was telling me yesterday, because I want a plaque. Like, you know, I want a plaque. Like, I think that's every DJ's dream, to have plaques that they you know, because they broke
all
that
on the
record.
walls, right?
Yes, because that's really literally my next goal. I want to have plaques of what because I support my artists, I support these artists. You know, that's dope that we get some recognition that we help do that. Because
how do you get the plaque?
So she told me that one that you have, I didn't know that you pay for them. You know, I didn't know that you have to pay. Like, they have literally a different tier of plaques that you have. So, you know, once you lock in with that artist, and once they hit like gold or platinum on the song, or, you know, double diamond, you know, and you help break that record, you talk to their management, you talk to their financial team, you talk to all of the people that basically works with the business part of the song, and you talk to the producer, and then you pay for it. You pay for the type of plaque you want. So I didn't know that, and I was like, girl, I could have been paid for my plaques. You know, like, come on, like, I need to have my little, you know, my goals and my, you know, accomplishments in my house when I'm walking around. I want to feel accomplished. So you just have. I didn't know that you paid for it. I literally found that out yesterday. She just told me that.
You can also sign up with ASCAP or what's the other one?
Yeah. And I haven't done that because I think that's when you like releasing music. And I didn't know. I just thought that was for artists. I didn't know.
Yeah, it's for DJs too, because they'll count your plays.
I did not know that. So I need to sign up. So are you signed with BMI or ASCAP?
Neither.
Me either.
I know for a fact that if you sign up for one of them, but you do gotta pay a membership, and they'll count the number of plays that you play each artist's record, and then they'll just see how many times you play, and then like
I know that. I swear I didn't know that. And I feel like why I don't know why I haven't, like, I don't know why I haven't, like, why haven't you signed up? Like, like, I don't know. Maybe
that's important too. Like the taking, like, it's so many opportunities that we can take, but it's like you got to know about everything. That's another reason why I'm doing this podcast, just so we can like share information and know what we can do, because we miss a lot of holes. Like, we miss a lot of shit that we could be getting paid. Right. So let's just share our information and literally take it step by step and what to do and how to do it. Because I know what you just said about the whole plaque situation.
Yeah, I literally just found out yesterday. Like, and that's the thing about the game. You learn something new every day. Like, just because we've been DJing for over 4 or 5 years does not mean that we are like above anybody that just started out today, tomorrow, yesterday. Like, we are a sponge. And I literally said that even about tour. Like, I never knew so much about DJing, even before I got on tour. When I got on tour, I was like, I'm learning so much every day. I'm learning how to adapt to stuff every day. So, you know, it's not easy, but you just got to be down for it. You have to be willing to learn. Like, you can't like, I know what I'm doing. Like, no, you don't. I don't. I didn't know what I was doing. So, and I've been DJing for years. I've been booked for years. But just learning and wanting to be able to learn is important. Just having an open mindset. Because once you're a closed book and a closed mind,
you ain't gonna really get nothing in there.
nothing. Not. How are you gonna grow? How are you gonna get bigger? You're gonna be in the same spot. So, I think that wanting to grow and wanting to be better is important. So,
Where do you get your hustle and go getter spirit from? Because I mean, ever since I met you, I always had. Even I think we first met at the
it was some like Atlanta.
HBC, and I was DJing.
Yes, yeah.
That was one of my most memorable gigs. I think I met you. I don't think I met you the day I DJ.
No, you were DJing. I met you through Hope.
Girl, that who?
Hope, Cody Shane's mom.
Girl, I don't remember. I think she knew my friend Latray. But that was my girl. That was the gig that I had just started DJing. I think a year ago. And Jordan, I don't know if you know Jordan Gibbs, or I think it was either Jordan or Yusuf. One of them were doing.
I know Yusuf for sure because Yusuf put me on.
Girl, he called me the day of. Was like, "Can you do this A3C gig or DJ call?" I'm like, "Yeah." Girl,
Yeah.
it was the main stage opening up for Nas, Big Sean. Girl,
that sounded like a Yusuf event because I did the one for Meg Thee Stallion. I was like, "This is my fun."
Hold on. And then it was a hip hop crowd. So I'm not really an old boom bap hip hop DJ, but girl,
that real New York hip hop. Yeah.
I went in my crazy. I'm like, let me hurry up and play this. When I got it was raining outside. It was raining so bad. My computer had got wet. So like where my mouse area was, it was not working. It was not working at all. And people were trying to send me music because I had to play music for the other artists coming out too. So girl, the mouse was moving so slow with so much pressure in my heart. I was like, oh my God. But it was one step at a time. It ended up working out. But that was super dope.
You didn't look like you were stressing at all. That's how I knew you was the OG. Because when I met you, you had such a kind of spirit. You didn't look like flustered or anything. So having that mask when you DJ is so important. Like when you meet, because you meet people, it's still networking. You're there. It's still a network, and that's how we met. You had blue hair. You had a bob. You was doing your thing. I will never forget that. Like Hope was like, I need you to meet this other woman DJ. She's dope. She got a great sound. She has great personality. And look at us now. Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
We were little scared.
My whole boo, like we've worked together so many times, so that's how that happens. So, that's important. Like, and things are gonna happen. You have to learn how to adapt. It is just, in those situations where I bet you was so nervous. I bet you were like so flushed. I bet you was like inside, literally dying. Like, my computer's wet. I don't know. It's moving slow. I was literally, and you have to keep going. You can't be like, okay, let me pause the music and let me get this. No, you have to be doing this in between your transitions. And that is the most difficult thing in the world. When people are trying to talk to you and you DJ, you like, I be messing up every time. I can't even hold you. I'm not that person that's gonna lie. I mess up every time somebody come talk to me. My transition is not perfect. Like it's not. I be like, oh, like
I got 2 ears, okay? That one listens to one song and one listens to the other song. Not listen to you.
And it's like, where is this other ear gonna come from to try to talk and have a conversation? It is like I try not to be rude. I try not to be mean. I try not to, be standoffish. But it's like I literally am talking and DJing at the same time. So I'm not even looking at them. I'm like trying to pick a song. I'm transitioning. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, okay. That's up. And you have to, but you still have to network. You still have to talk. So if you don't, you just don't know. You may meet somebody there that's trying to book you for another event. Right. Talk to you.
You never know who anybody is, girl. You never know who anybody is. That's the crazy part. Girl, I was at this event on last week. It's this spot called 30. I DJ too, and now you gotta pull up one day. It's like it's in Buckhead bars. It's like a little white bar, but it's super fun.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna show.
So this guy he sent me. He just somebody randomly airdropped me a song in the club. So I clicked on it. I just was curious, like what kind of song it was. I put my headphones in. I'm like, all right, next song. Girl, at the end of the night, he walked over to me. he's like, I sent you the song. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, yeah, I heard it. He was like, give me your Instagram, let's I'll check it out next time. Blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. So he walks out and leaves, and his homeboy was like, that was Steve Harvey's son. I was like, oh, okay.
Like that. You don't even know.
Like, oh, okay.
Like,
play it next time.
Right. Like, okay. Like, didn't know. And that's cool that he even was not even on some Hollywood, know. And like he was still, and that's what you got to do as artists too. Like you got to really still get out of that Hollywood bubble and network with the DJ. Like that's who's gonna play the songs anyway. Send the music, get the relationship. Because if you don't, like, how is your music gonna get out there? Like everybody believes in just dropping it, just supposed to go viral on TikTok.
Yeah, it's no more work. Nobody puts in work anymore, and it's all the same stuff. Like it's so much music out there. Oh my goodness! Like it's overwhelming.
I can't keep up. It's so overwhelming.
And I was gonna ask you, how do you keep up? Like, how do you keep up with trending songs? Because like I feel like I'm getting to the point where I'm like on my throwback shit all the time now.
Me too. Like that's me. I literally, I think it's so sad. I have to go on TikTok and just like look at the most like
trending songs.
Yes, because I don't be knowing none of that, or I might even just listen to the radio. You know, like go old school and just listen to the radio. Listen to what's playing right now on the radio. What's hot right now on the radio. And I think that I have no problem learning from other DJs, listening. Yeah. I like to see other like transitions. I like to see the crowd. Like I like to go to certain places just so I can see what's popping, what's going on, what's getting the crowd going, because I'm so stuck in my 90s R&B bubble that I don't be listening because it's so much new stuff. Like I literally cannot keep up. So I just try to, engage on social media, go to the different clubs, listen to new songs. And I'm like, Shazam is my best friend. I'm like, ooh, what's that song? Like, ooh, what's that song?
And they show you the order how they play it. They show you the order. You're like, okay, they played it like this.
I'm in the club, phone up to the speaker, like, what is this song? Because I see you got the crowd moving like that Sexy Red song. That
song Vulture. I was like, what song is this? It was like Vulture. I'm like, okay, this is the whatever the song is. I'm like, okay, boom. Yeah. And it's a new song. What is it called? It's Lil Nudie. Some new song.
You talk about peaches and eggplant. That song, I ain't gonna lie, that song
hard.
That song is gonna get the crowd going right now. Like I swear. And it's like sometimes even I go blank when I'm on my DJ set. I don't know. It's like I do a whole crate. I try to practice before my gigs, because practicing before your gigs is so important. So like just warming up, because when you warm up at the venue, it's like, ooh, that transition wasn't really nice. Like that song didn't really sound good with that one. So
I don't really start to like an hour later after you get there, because it's like that.
Right. Nobody talks about that though. Like, and so when I'm at home, I try to give myself at least 1 hour to 2 hours just before the gig, and I just go through the crates. I download music. I go and see how it sounds with this, what sounds good with this, and then when I get to on stage or get where I'm going, I blank out. Like I'm like, oh my gosh, like, or like, okay, so I had a show in Biloxi. Gloss Up had a show with Kodak Black, SG, ESTG, who else? Finesse 2 Times, and Nardo Wick. Mm-hmm. So I get there, I'm thinking we just gonna do our set. I'm out. They did not have a house DJ.
They didn't have a house DJ?
They did not have a house DJ.
So you had to be the house DJ?
So they came up to me like, hey, we need you to DJ for a couple hours. I'm like, I did not.
Hold on.
I didn't even prepare. All I did was a set. I didn't. I'm like unplugging, trying to get off the stage, and they're like, "We need you to DJ." So I asked them. I said the number. They were like, "Okay, yeah." Like they were like, I could have said twice the amount. You know what I'm saying? But because they just needed me.
So what number did you say for that?
Okay, so they said like they said just like 3 hours. Yeah. So I charged $600. I was like, 600. Okay. That's the first number that came to my mind. I don't know why. I should have said like $1,000. I should have said more. But I wasn't trying to take advantage of
It
anybody.
was so fast, right? Like, ooh,
Yes, and I like to have time to think. I like to
yeah,
have
because
time.
some people get a little funny sometimes.
Yeah, and it's like I never want to be money hungry, or I
Right.
never be that type of person that's like, uh, you know, taking advantage of people,
Right.
you know, because they're giving you opportunity. So I wanted a number that was like, okay, I still got to get paid, but I don't want to go over their head. So I did, you know, I did 600, and I was there for a couple hours, and I was just blending. You know, I didn't really have a crate set up. I'm from Memphis, and I never been in Biloxi, Mississippi.
Yeah.
So I'm playing like, I didn't know Biloxi was so close to Louisiana. So I didn't know like they was New Orleans people, Louisiana people. Like I would have played a lot more if I would have known, you
Yeah.
know, but I just didn't know. So I was just playing, you know, all around. I was playing, you know, the women hits, the real ratchet hits. I was playing the dance songs. I'm playing the twerking music. I'm getting on stage, dance. I didn't even eat nothing, didn't drink no water. Like I literally before that I drank some water, but I literally had intentions on getting off stage.
Yeah.
So when I'm on stage, I'm like, oh my gosh, I went blank. I'm like, where do I even start? Like, where do I even go? I haven't even practiced. I haven't even got the crate together. Like, and I just started playing stuff. And I even said to myself, like, you could have did better if you were properly
Prepared.
prepared. But I didn't know, like, I feel like my song selection, if I did my research, my song selection could have been better. But I still did a great job.
Minute. If it was last minute, you did it. I'm sure you did.
Yeah, I still had a great energy. I
Right.
still was there. I still was doing it. But, you know, I feel like I'm still learning big crowd and big stages and big, like, sometimes they don't want to hear blends all the time. Sometimes they just want to go straight
Yeah. Yeah.
boom, boom, boom. And that's something that I'm a
Yeah.
blender, you know. I like to blend. I like the smooth transitions. I'm not really a cut DJ. Like I'm passionate about my blend.
Vibe to the
Yeah, like you going from one song to the next and it's a vibe, you know? So I don't, you know, and that's where you have to talk on the mic more. You have to get comfortable on the mic. All right, but Lexi, let's do it like this. Drop it. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Let's talk about that because you be on the mic, okay? Because I really don't be on the mic like that because I just don't like being. I
Yeah.
can do it sometimes, but I'm not. I'm like even outside of DJ, I'm still like not. I'm just a quiet, like chill introvert sometimes. Like when I'm done DJing, I'm really an introvert. Like, I go in my own little corner and I'm like,
Right.
don't talk to me if you want to talk to me.
You
Come
are
talk.
definitely an introvert. Definitely.
Yeah, yeah,
I think that you definitely network when you network. You know how to talk to people.
yeah.
Um, me just on the mic, I just feel like the first time that I really was like, okay, the mic is a go was Bonfire. And Bonfire really taught me to get on that mic because it was kind of like it's like a new age DJ competition when you use the silent phone. Yeah, so it's like it's really like a new millennium
Yeah.
versus about
Who has more green? Who has more red?
yeah, and it was important that one, when you're on the mic, people know who you are. You talking your stuff. I was on that mic just trying to be as comfortable as I could be, and I saw it was working in my favor. And I was like, okay, you have to be a DJ that's on the mic. You got to be a DJ that's gonna talk. So I have a lot of personality. I'm bubbly. I'm loud. I'm a party person. I like to, I like to be the life of the party.
You're the person who like you are the glue.
Yeah. So it's like I just have to put that personality into the mic. I mean, of course, some events, all right, I can't talk as much. Like if you're doing like I did last week, I did a orientation for this cosmetology school.
Mm-hmm.
That was not the scene to be on the mic talking
right
constantly. It's more of like real like festival parties, real that where where the crowd wants to engage. They want to be like, all right, like put your hands up to this. I need to go to this. I need y'all to get lit with this. Like,
what's your favorite mic line?
I don't know. I don't really
all the time. I feel like I'd be like, how y'all doing tonight? Or like I feel like I say the same thing all the time.
I feel like when I perform with Gloss, like my go-to as soon as the song ends is just like make some noise. I think that's everybody's. But like as I'm like when I'm having a set and I'm like trying to get the crowd there, I call out that city. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all know this, John. I know y'all know this one. I need y'all to turn up for this one. And I play it and they'll go crazy. Or they might be looking around like, girl, this is not it. And you're like, ah! Or you be like, all right, I know y'all gonna know the next one, you know? Like, you gotta hype yourself up. So that's what I do. Like, I just try to hype myself up. And like, I try to hype the crowd up, like, oh, I know y'all gonna be turned for this one. Or I kind of like, or I just introduced the song. Like, let's just say I play something like, if you're not going out like no sucker, I need you to make some noise. And I play, the game in trouble. Starting off spawn, they paying me. And they lit, they tight. So it's just a way of, it's just, you got to get the motion. You just got to get the motion. It's not going to be the same thing every time. So whatever city you in, whatever song they doing, whatever they known for, like you in New York, you know, you like, if you tired of people playing with you, make some noise. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. And they like, they lit.
They play with the wordplay.
Right. Wordplay is important. So it just depends on where I am, what kind of environment I am. Like, it just depends. So honestly, it's all freestyle. Like, when I'm in that city, I'm like, oh, like I was in Biloxi. I'm like, what is Biloxi known for?
Girl, for the slot machines.
Like, what is the song? So I'm playing Memphis stuff. I'm playing all type of music. And I'm like, yo. And then I was seeing Nardo with DJ and how he was just engaging the crowd. And I was watching him like, okay, yeah. I'm sitting there learning while I'm there. So it's all just a learning game. It's all learning.
I'll go on Spotify now and I'll type in like the city or whatever and I'll find like different playlists and then like I just work from there.
No, I was just about to ask you, like, what do you do? Because I remember I saw you DJing off Tidal one time.
Yeah. That's another question I want to ask you. So now I don't own any music anymore. Like I don't have any music pool websites. I used to have a lot of them, but I don't have anything on my computer anymore. I just stream everything. I stream now.
Wow. Do you feel like that's more difficult? Because what if the Wi-Fi goes out? Then what do you do?
That's real.
Let's talk about that, because that can happen.
Yeah, it's real.
That can happen.
So when I was
girl, Wi-Fi ain't working.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's real risky because when I was in Mexico, that shit was real tricky because the first time I went out there, the Wi-Fi was trash. So my music would download slow. So I just had to keep paying for Wi-Fi on my phone, the hotspot. Yeah. So I ended up buying like a little hotspot. But when I bought the hotspot next time I went over there, their Wi-Fi was immaculate. So it was working.
Okay.
But here, even when I was DJing in Ireland, like the Wi-Fi just be working. The Wi-Fi hasn't went out on me yet. It hasn't. But if it does go out on me, I do have songs on my computer that I can hurry up and play. That I do have music. Like I probably have like a good 300 songs on my computer that I can play from. But I can also put my hotspot on my phone.
Right.
It's easier for me because
look, knocking on wood for you, so you can.
Right. But no, honestly, it's easier for me because I'll go on Spotify and I'll find a playlist for tonight. I'll be like, okay, I'm about to DJ at, I'm gonna just say Rose Bar. Okay, I'm going to Rose Bar tonight. I know Rose Bar is Grown and Sexy crowd. So let me type in Grown and Sexy. This song pops up. Excuse Me, Miss by Jay-Z. So now I'll type in the radio and I'll see all the songs that come in that are like related to that song. And I'll just start selecting which ones I want and putting them into a playlist. And then that playlist will already be downloaded, streamed into on my Serato. So now it just makes it easier for me.
So you pay for Spotify to do that?
I pay for Spotify. So I pay $9.99 a month for Spotify. But Spotify is not converted with Serato. It's Tidal. So I got Spotify and Tidal. But the website I use to convert my Spotify playlist into a Tidal playlist is SoundIs. So I paid for that. So SoundIs will convert any playlist that you have. Like it'll take this one on Spotify and it can create the same thing on Tidal or make it your YouTube playlist or whatever.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that because I'm still using BPM Supreme.
Yeah, I paying for that.
I paid $20 a month to little bit. But what I like about BPM Supreme is that they give you different versions of the song.
Yeah, I like that.
They give you like the clean version, which you need for the corporate events. Then they give you the dirty version. Then they give you instrumentals. Then they acapella, then it's different, so you can blend better. So I feel like BPM is a good investment. I honestly don't have a problem with BPM. The only thing I don't like about BPM is that they don't have usually like underground songs.
They don't have a lot of music on there. That's why I stopped using them, because they don't have nothing on there. They just have a lot of West Coast Latino.
Yeah, and it's way different more now, because now they have like they don't even have it like the simple, like you used to pay the $20 to have all type of music. Now it's like payment plan, different type of plans, like,
right, to have certain stuff.
and I'm like, what? So it's hard. So I'm still old school. Like I still go to YouTube and convert the song from there to there, which is very risky because some of those websites have viruses. So it can be hard, but honestly, I just at that time, like I really you just taught me something like Spotify type.
I love Spotify. Like I absolutely love Spotify. And then even if somebody, so now if I do like a wedding, or whatever kind of event I do, I usually ask people prior to it, like, hey, let's collab on a playlist together, so I can kind of know the vibe that you want. So they have Apple, whatever they have, I can take their playlist and convert it into my title playlist. So now I'm streaming that exact playlist. So now it makes it easier for me on their gigs I'm doing.
Yeah, I didn't even know that I could do this. So when it's like now, it's like I have a gig coming up on Sunday, and I'm like, okay, well, let me try that. Like I'm always down to try new things. I'm always down to do that. So, prepping yourself before a gig is not easy either. Like you're like your mind can go blank. Like, what song should I even play?
What song do you start with? I'm about to do my computer charger in 1 second.
Okay.
What song do you start with when you're like usually at a club night, let's say, and you open it?
I try to start at a PM. I usually try to do like it depends on what time I'm DJing. Like if I'm like the early set, I start in like my 70s, start at 70 BPM. I start with, I think what's in 70, a lot of future songs, like Mask Off or March Madness, or, something that is like everybody can relate to. It's not too new and it's not too old. Like something that I know for sure is gonna get the crowd. Like sometimes my go-to would be like my Savages or something if I'm in a club. Yeah. And I'm like, I just go from there, the vibes from there. And like when I'm at a corporate event, I start off kind of slow. Like I start with a more vibed out, like I might start with a old school, like a early 90s, 90s hit. I might start with Maya, or I might start with the Faith Evans, or Mary J, just to see what the flow is. And if I see, like, okay, for instance, like last Sunday I did an event and I was playing like some real old school. She was like, we are HBCU cosmetology school. So basically she was like, speed it up a little bit. So I went to, then I started thinking about, okay, what is college campus, fraternities, sororities? They want to hear, the Webby, the Set It Off, they want to hear, all that, and the stepping music. They want to hear chopper style. They want to hear that. So I just went from that zone to that zone. So it's easy if you really love music and you keep that spectrum of music in your head and your crates. So it was definitely, I try to start with something that people know for sure and that's not too old, not too new. I rarely start off with a new song. Like I rarely, like I don't the last time I just start off with a new song, like unless that song is just going crazy, like Red Ruby Sleeves, all them songs went crazy.
Oh, I love that song.
Yeah, shout out to Keith, Homeboy Bay, Red Ruby Sleeves. So I feel like that's a song, that you just tapped in. You like, all right, I'm starting off with it, because a lot of people like it. Like, it's getting played a lot. So it just depends on what kind of environment you're in.
Yeah. I like to start off with more so of a mellow monotone. Like now I'll start off with First Class by J. Cole. I mean not J. Cole, but Jack Harlow. Like I'll a song like that and kind of build it on up, because if usually I need to start warming up though, because usually I do not warm up. I just go to my computer and like just look at songs and create my crates. But actually warming up, because when I get to the club, that's my warm up right there. So I'm like,
Yeah.
the first 2 hours, like, we're gonna see what worked. Then we got it. Now we got it. Now we got it.
Now we lit. Now we lit. Now we on. Now we on. Right. I ain't gonna lie. I tried to stray away from that because I felt like, you know, even though it was probably nobody in there, I'm hard on myself. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'd be like, damn, that's kind of rough. Like, so I just said, for me to be more prepared and for me to be more comfortable, I have to warm up before the gig.
Yeah.
So I just try to have more. I try not to procrastinate with my sets no more because I used to do that. I used to just be like, download the music, get to the club, I'm spinning whatever. But now I'm like, okay, nah, you gotta just get the flow.
No.
Yes, get the flow of where you want to go because it might change, but at least you have a warm up where your transitions are good and where you like, okay, I'm already comfortable. I'm already doing it. Like I've already practiced for the day, so I'm there. Like I already. You like it's just like it's anything like it's in any like any sport you have to practice before the game, you know. It's any audition or you have to practice before the audition, any performance you have to practice before the show. It's you just have to practice and you just have to do that. So I got into the motion of that and it really helped me get more comfortable and go quicker when I those clubs, like to adapt to quicker. It just helps me a little bit more.
Are you anywhere this weekend?
This Sunday I'm doing a Red Bull event. It's like a powered by Red Bull.
Okay.
And she loved me so much last week with that cosmetology. Red Bull was powering that the HBCU cosmetology orientation that they were having. She was like, "Oh yeah, we want you back for next week." And that was like really like clean music, you know, but clean, but the most virus songs, but clean. Like that was like clean songs, but still current songs. So now, you know, I get to go back to the dirty world. And now I'm gonna do she said it's more like a networking event, you know, so I get to get more of my flavor in the dirty music. And it's just gonna be a vibe, just a vibe out. So that's this Sunday. And I'm waiting on the confirmation for the address and everything now. I don't think it's nothing like that's broadcasted, like a flyer or anything, right? I don't think it's like that, but you know, I'm just glad I got booked, you know.
Right. And staying consistent because I know after tour it's like, all right, hey guys, I'm back. I'm still here. I'm
What
here.
do I do now?
But no, I want to say thank you so much. We've been on here for an hour now, but it was an hour full of just information, and we gotta keep doing this because these conversations are important. Like important. Because I learned a lot just now.
Yes, we both learned, and that, like that whole Spotify thing, that shit just blew my mind. Like, yo, why are you not on that? Like, why?
Yeah, I'm gonna send you the website I used to convert it to because I mean you can do Tidal. I like Spotify though because Spotify is like got the best playlist to me.
Yeah, definitely send that over for me because I need to see that. So, you know, this is very educational. Once again, you have done it again, where you are touching the world. You are literally opening up a path for people, down to you even teaching kids, and you included me. Like, just thank you for always thinking about me.
I'm having another one too, so I'm gonna keep.
You know, I got a lot of kids. Come on.
Yes, I'm gonna keep you posted because I want to do a academy for kids for DJs.
Yes, as you should. And people have been asking me so much lately, like, "Can you teach me how to DJ? Can you teach me how to DJ?" I was like, "Do I want to start classes?"
Right. So.
Like, dang, me right now, it's getting organized. So I would have to get so much organization with it. So it's like applaud to you for even being able to do that. Like you girl, I feel like you are always coming up with the most craziest, the most influential. Like, dang, that is so good. Like you always are coming up with something so creative to touch and give back to the community of either women DJs, kids, men, everybody. It doesn't even matter for you. You love helping and touching people. So thank you for always including me in that. Like, and I'm always gonna be down to do it. I'm always down.
I appreciate that.
I appreciate you for having me. You know, I love you so much.
I love you too.
I'm so glad that you're doing this. And girl, anything you doing, you know, I'm a part of it. So just
and same here.
I had no problem. I always don't feel, you know, hesitant to call me because you know I got you. So.
I got you too.
Well, thanks, girl. Thanks for having me.
Welcome. I'll see you soon.
All right. I'll see you soon. Bye.
Have a good day. Bye.
You too. Bye.